going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. The 21st of September, we're looking at Aerodrome Finance here on Saturday morning, EST, East Coast, early here, looking at Aerodrome Finance. So, getting a pullback, we spoke about this, I believe, in yesterday's video. So, currently down 1.36. We have Bitcoin basically flat, down $100, which is not much. So let's do a quick recap here. This is the Coinbase chart, by the way, and we are on tradingview.com for using the free charting service. So phenomenal run here, essentially from the breakout to the top tick. 43 or so percent. We did make it up and got pushed back down, which is expected and exactly by the book, up to our 88,507 number 2 target. We hit a high of 88,260. 88,507 is our second target. Our first target was 77,319 based off this breakout here. And target number 2, 88,507. So that was just about hit perfectly. And we talked about yesterday a couple ways I look at the market on a daily basis. This goes with all markets, not just Aerodrome, is to get a jump start, look into the future on where markets are potentially ready to move. Before it happens is I'll look at daily highs and then daily lows. So for example, the 19th of September, we hit a high of 88,260, and then Friday the 20th of September, we hit a high of 86. So if I zoom in here on the chart, so since we printed a lower high on Friday morning's video, we could have easily made a higher high, but at that time it was a lower high. So what that tells me is, 1, the markets are either going to continue to pull lower in price, pull back, or 2, sideways. So essentially looking for a sideways to downward market because the market stopped printing a higher high, so sideways to down. And what we're seeing is a cooling off here taking place. So yesterday was an inside day. What that means is we did not make a new higher high from the previous day. We also did not make a new lower low from the previous day. It's an inside range from the previous day. Well, if we look at today, which is the 21st of Saturday, we also have an inside day. We have a lower high from yesterday and a higher low from yesterday. It's inside yesterday's range. This is forming a little bit of a pennant pattern. So let me draw this for you real quick, or try to draw this here. So we have that is the wrong tool. We have basically a pennant pattern forming here. So let's call it Monday would be the apex of that move. So we could look for a move, either higher continuation or lower. We're just essentially looking for the energy that's being coiled up here to be released on, call it Monday. It could happen today, it could happen on Tuesday. So, but, the pattern tells us Monday. So that is that. We have a mixed bag of tricks here. So just like when the market stops printing higher highs. So we have a higher high on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, lower high. When the market stops printing lower lows, so yesterday was an inside day. It was a higher low, but it was a lower high. So we kind of nick that day off. Same with today. We have a higher low, but we have a lower high. So we kind of nick that day off. What we really want to see is a higher high take place. And so far, yesterday and today, nothing. Now these higher lows, I don't ignore them, but you see what happens here is it just starts to form a pennant pattern. So we'll see if today continues to hold its higher low or we put in a lower low. But as expected, things are quieting down after we put in the just about the hit of the 88,507 target, and we put in the lower high, expecting things to go sideways to cooling off here. Now, how far essentially can a pullback go? Well, I'll give you, there should be strong support down here at 70. Let's see, that level is 72,326. That's this blue line. Now, I'm not saying we're going down there, but if the market's headed that way, they should stop on a dime right at that level. It's an old level of resistance that broke out big time on the 18th. So if it gets tested, it should turn into support. Also correlates with some highs over here. Bitcoin will have to get hit pretty hard for that to take place. Something probably more realistic is pulling back to the 630 level, which is basically right here. This purple, this 79,340 level. That's really not too much further below the market. And if that took place, that would take us out from yesterday's lows, putting in a new lower low, which I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. So we'll see how much distribution is taking place here after this very large 40+% move. But the levels on the chart that were hit or close to being hit, once they're hit, I expect a cooling off period. Again, it could be short term, it can mark a long term top, but doesn't mean the market won't continue on. If trends continue higher, then yes, the market will continue on, and 88,507 will end up turning into support, not resistance as it is now. So we'll see how this thing plays out through today. Again, the 79,630 area to the downside, and then of course our upper levels go from 84,494. Let's see here, 85,200, 88,507. We'll see. Basically keeping our eyes on yesterday's high, which was 86,386 and 88,507, and then we can start to talk about 98,224. But I expect things to stay pretty quiet today. We'll see. Keep your eye on Bitcoin. Bitcoin's flat, so I don't expect much to happen. If Bitcoin starts to ramp up higher or lower, you can expect Aerodrome to start to move as well. But targets are hit. The breakout worked perfectly right here. We had a fake out, then a confirmation on the next day. We had a pullback here. We had the higher low and the higher high on the 17th. Continuation, lower high. Expect things to be quiet. Target number 1 and 2, 77, as well as 88, just about hit there. So that's that, guys. All good. Thanks for all the comments and new subs. Appreciate it. Let's take a look at Bitcoin, see what's going on here. Bitcoin quiet after finding some resistance. So found resistance back in here in the end of August. We're retesting that again here, the middle to the end of September. 64,375 down to 63,788 resistance. Bitcoin could pull back to 62,206.75. If it finds support there, then we look for a breakout past this zone here, taking us up to 68,748, which is where the market topped out back in here on the in the end of July. That's that, guys. Let's see what happens. Of course, not financial advice. If you are not yet subscribed, go ahead and join us here on the channel. Appreciate it. You guys have a great day. Aerodrome Finance is at 81. 328, up 40+% from its breakout. Have a great day.